Alright guys, here we are in the bow shop in my basement. It's a site that you're probably going to get familiar with when we're doing all these gear reviews and product demos and stuff, as well as hopefully getting some footage outside. Hopefully it's not always this cluttered and messy. Got a lot going on with aero builds, camera work, just all kinds of stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do a little gear review upgrade on the VXR here. This came with the full Engage Grip, and I've shot it for a couple months now, and I've just not been able to get really accustomed to a solid anchor on there. So I was looking around and actually watched Levi Morgan actually talk about how he had taken the grip off and put on the Engage side plates and then taped the back side of the grip. I'm still waiting on my grip tape to get here, but we did get the Engage side plates, and so I'm going to go ahead and do a demo putting these on. So the first thing that I'm going to do here is go ahead and take the old grip off, and it's really just got an adhesive backing. Even the Mathews plate that just popped off there has got an adhesive backing to it, as you see. Set that off to the side, get the rest of this grip off. And there it is. I mean, it's that easy. Grip off. Go ahead and put that plate back in place. I do like the wood grain plate that was there. And when we open this kit from Mathews, we've got the 2 side plates that comes in it, a tiny piece of instruction material, a couple pieces of sticky backing that we're going to use to get it on here, and an alcohol wipe just to make sure it's going to stick well when we put the tape up. So I'm going to take my time here. I'm really going to go through and make sure I wipe all that old residue off before I do anything else. And to do that the best way, I just went ahead and I've got a bottle of denatured alcohol that I use for most stuff, and soak this rag, and that's really going to help me to get that old glue residue off of there. Alright guys, so we went ahead and got all of that old glue residue off. So we've got real nice smooth surface. I did go ahead and do that with some denatured alcohol instead of those alcohol pads. That denatured alcohol really works a lot better. And a little bit of friction and you can get all that glue off. Now it's perfectly smooth, nice surface, so we can go ahead with our next step to get those plates on. So the next step here is going to be putting these adhesives on. Go ahead and start by taking that white side off, and then you're going to line that up on here as you see, and just aim for the center. There, perfect. I'm going to let that sit a minute so that glue sticks pretty good, and I'm going to put this one on the other side. Okay, so next step in that process is going to be peeling this brown backing off, trying to leave the glue behind. As you can see here, it's kind of coming apart. You want to leave that real thin film of glue behind onto the grip base. And then we to come right in behind there with my grip. Slide that plate in, make sure the shelf lines up here on top. Give that a little bit of pressure. This may be the one thing I'll miss here is I've lost my wood plate. I don't know if they make an Engage grip that has the wood plate, Engage side plate that has the wood plate, or if it's only the full grip. But I lost that aspect of my design. And let's go ahead and do the same on the other side. There are some raised edges there that will fit into the holes that you would see on your side plates. So why did I do this? I'm hoping that this is a lot more narrow now. My specific problem with the Engage grip was I was touching all different parts of my hands with it, even with it setting down through the line on my pad of my thumb here. It just seemed so big and wide that it just seemed like it was touching both sides, regardless of what I did. I'm hoping this is much more narrow and I can keep it in one point of contact on that thumb pad. And I'll put some grip tape on the back here just for a little added grip so it's not slipping as much as this riser would be. Plus when it's cold later, I won't have a freezing cold riser up against the palm of my bare hand. But I'm pretty happy with how it looks on there and how it feels just sitting on the vise. I'll bring this camera over and show you up close. So there it is. It sits smooth up against the front. It sits smooth on the shelf here. We still got that lip that the Engage grip had to keep your hand down, but it's not nearly as pronounced to be touching against the side of your hand. See how much more narrow that rest is now, or that grip is now. And then our back side, same deal. We butted up against the riser and sat down into that glue. So, all right guys, so real quick, that was removing the Engage grip from my VXR and installing the Engage side plates by Mathews. And only thing left is I'm going to take this out and I'm going to shoot it, and I'm going to drop in my impression of it at the end of this video, and check that out, and then that's a gear review. Let me know what you guys think, if you made that change, what you think of the Engage grip, if you're shooting it, if you've gotten used to it. I just never could. And I'll let you know what I think of this setup. Alright, thanks guys. Well guys, that pretty much wraps it up. As you can see, much less torque, a lot better control left to right anyway. I was struggling with the weight of those new arrows and getting that dialed in on gain, but that's what we got time to do. I think the bow is pretty much on where I want it. Just need to get the sight dialed in. Got the new arrows built, so just got to build it to those and we'll be good to go. Hope you enjoyed this. Check out that Engage Side Plates. If you don't like that grip that came on your VXR, let me know what you guys think. Thanks.